This place is amazing. I know there's people out there like me that have no hope. I just wish it would help someone, this video. That's why I wanted to do it. My name is Julie Hill. I have been sick for over 40 years. Every doctor I've went to, tests have been negative. They told me I had Epstein-Barr and then gave me some treatments, but really didn't take care of it. I got sick in Florida, where we moved to Texas, where it was drier climate. I did well for a while until I was exposed to mold, black mold in my house, and that got me really sick, where I was in a wheelchair. I was in the hospital one winter alone because we didn't know the house had mold in it. I could smell it, but my husband and family couldn't, and so they thought it was all in my head. And here I was going to the doctors all the time and getting sick. I lost muscle mass. I started having tremors, outer tremors as well as inner tremors, and then they told me I had MS, put me on some beta-serons and some other medicine. They had eventually put a port in because I lost use of my legs because of the tremors and the muscle mass. I would have spasms that my toes would curl up underneath. It was very painful. I was in bed for about 4 years. I couldn't get out, hospitalized. Twice I was told I was going to die because my body had fought against itself to the point I had no antibodies left to fight. My white cells were destroyed, basically. We did find the mold as we were moving out of the house. We had to tell the new tenants that were going in it, or owners, and then we moved to a different house that we had built. I got better. I got really better. Matter of fact, I felt like I was in remission or something from what I had, because for 7 years I was able to get my legs back. After 2 years, I started hiking, and I had a port put in me, and it had morphine and baclofen in it, and that would help me to be able to drive for a while. And when they took it out, they said, "You're the only person that I've ever taken a port out before that had it put in. Usually they die with it." Later on, I started getting sick again. Then I just rapidly started going downhill. This is probably 2013-ish or so. I started literally dying. My organs, my pancreas started failing. I had to be on medicines. I didn't have diabetes, but I would have chronic pancreatitis that affected my stomach, and it affected my esophagus, which I started getting esophageal spasms, which were horrible. Doctors didn't know why, couldn't find anything, did all the scopes, all the tests for pancreas, esophagus, stomach, everything kept going clear, and they just couldn't figure out what was going on. I got frustrated, and it was where I didn't even want to go to a doctor anymore. Fast forward about 2 years ago, my brain started. I had this fog. I couldn't compute anything. My lungs, I started getting asthma. I couldn't breathe. My last things were my kidneys and my heart. I have now ventricular tachycardia because of the damage. Back in January of this year, 2025, I went to a neurologic ophthalmologist because I was losing my eyesight. My eyes were going dim, and being a photographer, I needed my eyes, and that was the last thing, because it's a hobby for me now. I wasn't able to work like that. He ran a bunch of tests, and one of them was Lyme. And wow, he was showing me all the stuff there. He said, "You've had Lyme for a long time." And I said, and I found out it was from a tick, and plus the mold that was in me from living in mold and then being susceptible everywhere we would live. It was bad. So that stirred us to start looking at specialists for Lyme. First I looked into doctors, because of the insurance thing, And I would read about what they did, and I'm like, just, you know what? I don't like taking medicine. I really don't. When I was real sick, I was on a bag full of medicine, and it took me a long time to get off that bag. That was in the early 2000s, so I didn't want that again. So we started looking for natural specialists, and that's what led us to Biologix. The website and everything, and talking to them on the phone, they didn't mix their words. I mean, they told you everything that they were going to do here. But I was on really death's door. I was running at 10 to 20%. That's what I felt. And I couldn't get out. My grandkids were crying with me and saying, "I want you better, Grandma," and sorry. And it was really sad because I'm very outgoing. I like to hike, I like to bike, I love photography. I was a photographer for 20 plus years, and I wanted to get back to that, Julie. And from the day I walked in here, everybody's been so nice and kind, and you feel at home. Even the patients, you connect with everybody, and there's a genuine peace and calmness here, that it's not, they don't hash out what their symptoms were. We talk about how we feel every day and how better we're getting. So the first time I went to see the doctor, as I went in, he literally was telling me that he couldn't find the mapping of my body, that I had so much junk in there, meaning bacterias, viruses, Lyme, and Lyme and all the different, the bad bacterias that go with it. I had every one, he said. From where I'm at now to where I started, night and day. I could hardly function. Matter of fact, every day I wondered what part of my body was going to fail. After 3 weeks, I wanted to do this because I know there's people out there like me that have no hope. I almost did. I was just like, there's nothing left. We've tried everything, and obviously we didn't. I want to thank, I'm going to get emotional again. Thank you so much for starting this and caring about people the way you do, to train your doctors to do the same, to have the caring staff that really care and listen. Oh my goodness, Dr. Warden, I couldn't tell you. I've never had a doctor sit and talk and listen to me and address all my questions I had as he was doing things, listening to my past. This place is amazing. I just wish it would help someone, this video. That's why I wanted to do it. And to give somebody else hope, because I feel great now. After 3 weeks, I can play with my grandkids. Oh yeah, I have a long way to go. But I'm up to from 10 to 20 to 50 or 60. And that fast. I haven't had this much clarity and energy, and I feel alert, and I can't tell you what else. It's just been a lifesaver. I so appreciate this place. It's home now. This is my doctor.